CMPRadio.net, the voice of Chester.
City, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems. So dream on. Small city, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems. So keep going. You only get one life to live. You only get one life. You only get one life to live. You only get one life. The Berg is back.
The Berg is back. Chester City, what's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon. Sounds kind of funny saying that. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Chester City. Welcome to Holds the Whole podcast on CMP Radio, cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester, cultivating mature positivity, consistently making progress, Chester made product. You already know what that is and what that represents. Changing media's perspective, changing minds powerfully. And as I always say, whatever other positive, cultivating, enlightening, illuminating, positive acronym you want to add to the mix, you can do that as well. Welcome back to Holds the Whole podcast. I'm excited. I'm ready. Oh my goodness, man. This is crazy. So off the bat, just thank you. Thank you for the viewers who have tuned in, people that been tuning in, people that may never have tuned in. I'm still thankful for you. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm still thankful for you because listen, quite frankly, everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everybody, so I'm even thankful for the people that's, that might have tuned in one day and was like, man, whatever this boy talking about ain't for me. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because that's honesty. You know what I mean? Listen, don't act like you paying attention. Don't act like you want to tune into something that you already feel as soon as you tune in. It ain't for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. So I appreciate the honesty. Man, I appreciate the transparency. My goodness, man, don't get me started on here already. So thank you for the people that have tuned in, never tuned in for a little bit and decided it wasn't for them. I appreciate and I love you for that. Love the honesty, love the transparency. Don't play me. You know what I'm saying? Don't play me. Don't play me or play yourself. You know what I mean? You tuned in, you heard something that you ain't like or whatever the case may be, you turned off. I appreciate. Thank you for your honesty. That's major. That's major right there. So anyway, but for those who may have been paying attention, this is my third time in as many days that I'm on CMP talking, sharing the message, sharing the messages of love, sharing messages of positivity, sharing messages of maturity, sharing messages of peace, man. And so today, let's talk about yesterday. Right. Let's talk about yesterday first, and then we're going to dive into the day. Let's talk about yesterday first, because yesterday I'm still thinking about, I'm still meditating on the show from yesterday. The show yesterday holds the whole podcast, a podcast for the soul, a podcast that feeds. It's food for the soul. It feeds the internal man deep truths about the soul, about the inner person. So just feeding you with deep truths that I've learned along my life journey, and what has transpired with me and what has transformed with me. I'm taking the lessons from that, from the hurt, from the pain, from the immaturity, to trying to figure out life and do it my way, to now realizing that listen, whatever your hunger is, whatever you thirst for, whatever you hunger for, whatever your dream might be, I'm sorry to tell you this. No matter how much you try in and of your own self, you can't, no matter how much you try, and you have the capacity to try really hard. But you gonna need supernatural help. You gonna need divine intervention, because listen, everything first originates in the supernatural. How are you going to manifest in the natural something that first originated in the supernatural? You need supernatural help to go to a supernatural place. Don't get me started on here. So the journey of just hurt, pain, and being lost and confused, it went from me trying to do things in my own capacity that led to further darkness. But in that further darkness, that's where the light shone. My goodness. And you see the results right now of who I am today. When that light shone in that deep darkness, I was in the pit. Right? I was in despair. I was destitute of everything. I was in a hopeless situation. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, at the right time, which I found out later was the right time, but I didn't know then. I was going through it. But at the right time, at the appointed time, at the destined time, right? The light of God, the light of truth, the light of purpose came to me. And I'm standing or sitting here right now speaking to you as a direct result of the supernatural light, life, and light of God overcoming the darkness that was in my life at that time. But anyway, so the show yesterday, I had my friend on, my brother Jarrell. Mar, what's up, Mar? What's up, Mar? That's my bro right there, man. Love that guy. Man, so I had my friend on, I had my brother on, Jarrell. Shout out to Jarrell, you know what I mean, for making his way down here from Harrisburg. You know what I mean? He drove down just to show love and support me in the podcast, and just he seen me, He been keeping up. And he seen me doing my thing, and he's like, bro, man, I'm gonna come down one day. I'm gonna just, be there, support you, see what it's like, share my story on there. I'm like, bro, come on, let's go. So, he came down, showed love on the podcast. And man, it was a powerful show. It was a powerful show yesterday. Thank you, Jarrell, for coming on. I appreciate you, man. And one of the things that I'm still meditating on, like from the show yesterday, was just when he said, when he was going through, right? We all go through, right? We all go through things. We all get to certain points or places or go through situations in life where it's just like, yo, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do. You try everything. You try to do it yourself, or you try to suppress it, or whatever the case may be. And but the one thing that I just want to say real quick before I dive into more today was just I'm still meditating on when he said yesterday, when he was like, yo, he said, bro, he said, when I was going through it, he said, I knew that when I would call you, I knew you were the person that was going to give me or feed me with a measure of light, with a measure of truth. You were going to, I knew I could count on you, right? I knew I could count on you to give me a word that would, that would help me, that would shape me, that would feed me in such a way where it would take me to where I need to be, or take me to where I would desire to go, right? And so powerful. I mean, powerful conversation of just, God's grace in his life and where he was at and to what he's doing now. So it's just a powerful thing. But I'm still thinking about that. It's like God has equipped me, right? God has empowered me to be somebody, right? To be somebody that other people can count on. Ah, man, come on. Can people count on you for something? You know what I mean? Can people count on you for something? What can, what encompasses you that people can count on you for something? See, that encompasses purpose right there. You know what I mean? That encompasses somebody's identity and somebody's purpose. How can people count on you? In what way can they count on you? What can they count on you for? Right? And so, he said, man, I knew I could count on you for a word that would lead me to where I need to be. And behold, this is who I am and what I've been doing here. So very thankful for that. Very powerful. But today, man, I want to talk about open vision, closed mind. Open vision, closed mind. You know what I mean? Man, now bear with me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because just from the title of that, like when that title came to me, I'm like, man, that's a dope title. That's a deep title. You know what I mean? So I'm just, I want to ask you just to kind of bear with me as I unpack the contents of this, right? You know what I'm saying? You see, some people, man, listen. Some people are charged with delivering the package, right? Come on, man. Some people are charged with delivering the package, but then there's other people that are charged with unpacking what's inside the package. My God, don't get me started on here. You know what I'm saying? And some people do both. Some people deliver the package and unwrap and unveil and teach, and reveal the contents of the package. So I got a package for you today, right? The package that I have for you today, the package is open vision, closed mind. Now that's the package, right? That's the package. But now I'm going to unwrap, I'm going to unpack the contents of the package. My goodness. See, that's another level right there, right? That's another level. So I feel like what not only what the Lord has charged me to do and purposed me to do is to deliver the mail, but not only do I deliver the mail or deliver the word or deliver the package or deliver the topic or deliver a title, right? Not only am I charged with delivery, but I'm charged with unpacking. My God. Man, this is powerful. Man, this is powerful. So, man, let's pray. Let's cover the atmosphere, man, because I feel already. I feel and I sense, right? I feel and I sense already. Let's cover the atmosphere, man. Oh, man. Daddy God, what a day. What a day, what a life, what grace, what power, what spirit. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for waking us up this morning, for starting us out on our way. We thank you for leading us and guiding us and instructing us. I thank you for being a father to us. Sometimes we like to use the generic name and say God this and God that and this name and this. But we need to understand that first and foremost, you are our Father. We need to. It's important that you're looked at as our guide, as our source, as a parent. So I thank you for being my Father. My Father, my source of guidance, my source of inspiration, my source of safety. I thank you for leading me and instructing me as your child in the earth realm on how you have saved my life from destruction and saved me from a place of darkness and despair. And I thank you for your light that shined at the appointed time to bring me to where I am now. You have redeemed me out of the hand of the devil, out of darkness and power and lust and resentment and bitterness and unforgiveness. You have delivered me from the pain throughout my life. You have loosed the bonds of iniquity. You have saved me and called me by your grace into a large place. My God, you saved and called me by your grace into a large place. My goodness, I thank you for opening up my mind. My mind was closed. I had a one-track mind. I had a one-cycle mind. My goodness. And I was stuck. And I was stuck in neutral. And I was stuck in a cycle of destruction. And your light released me from the cycle and into freedom and purpose and safety and authenticity and creativity and imagination and restoration and redemption. And what you have done for me is what I declare each and every day of my life, whether on this podcast or whether through a conversation or whether through a phone call or whether no matter what it is, I declare what you have done for me. I thank you for what you have done, what you are doing, and what you're going to continue to do. I thank you for this podcast and people viewing. And like I said in the beginning, for the ones who even don't view, bless them and keep them in perfect peace. Touch them with your finger of love. We need your power today. We need your life today. We need your love today. This city needs your love. Come on. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. 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 Man, so listen. Open vision, closed mind, right? Open vision, closed mind. When I was thinking about this today. Okay, so let me unpack this like this, right? Let me unpack this like this, right? So it was supposed to be another guest on the podcast today. So yesterday I had a guest on, my man Jarrell. Shout out to him once again. Thank you for coming down and sharing your story. So yesterday was a special edition. My man was on. I had a guest on. It was beautiful. Today was supposed to be another guest on. Somebody had agreed to be on, and we talked last week. He said, "Yeah, bro, I'm there on Tuesday. I got you. Don't worry about it. We in there." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So, but then, I tried to reach out to him yesterday and like 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday. I tried to reach out to him yesterday, today, trying to confirm, hey, bro, we still on. Everything's still good. You still coming. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And so reached out to him. No response. No response. Text him like 2-3 times yesterday. No response from yesterday. I called him this morning, didn't answer the phone, left a message. I'm like, hey, bro. Today's the day. Haven't heard from you yesterday. You still coming? What's going on? No response. So, so from that, now let me tell you. So let me outline this difference, right? Let me unpack what I'm saying today. Open vision, closed mind. So, in that circumstance, my mind, let me tell you where my mind immediately went to, right? Now, should I start with that, or should I start with where? Okay, let me start with this. Let me start with the old me and where my mind would have went. So, the old me, right? The old me, the old person, the old Benjamin, the old born leader, right? Whatever you want to say. The old me, if somebody, anyone, right? If somebody would have agreed to, would have gave their word. Come on now. And we know how serious this is, right? So we know how serious when somebody gives you their word, right? You know what I mean? The old me would have been like, to somebody who gave me the word and said they was going to show up and said they was going to be here and said they was going to come through. The old me would have been like, you know, if I would have called and text and try to confirm and no response, oh my goodness. The old me would have been like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hold on. Like, number one, who you think you are? That's number one. Number one, who do you think you are? Number one. Number two, listen, don't let me see you anywhere. Now let me say this. Let me say this because listen, I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea about me. Let me tell you the truth about me. Even the old me, right? Let me tell you the truth. I'm being honest. The truth about the old me was I was a little crazy. I was crazy, but I wasn't, street. Wasn't gangster, right? That was never me. That was never me. I ain't gonna sit up here. Listen, you'll never have me sitting up here, whatever, lying. Okay, so I wasn't street, wasn't gangster, wasn't hardcore. That wasn't me, y'all. That wasn't me. But I was a little crazy in the mind. Meaning that if I felt disrespected. If I felt somebody, wasn't being true, wasn't being authentic, then I was going to see you about that. I was either going to see you about that in some way, shape, or form, right? Whatever that would have meant or whatever would have happened when I would have seen you, that's what it was. Whether a conversation or a conversation turned sour and then it was physical, whatever was going to happen, but when I saw you, I was going to address you. And then whatever happened after that would be whatever it is, right? So, but like I said, I wasn't street, never me, wasn't gangster, never me, wasn't hardcore, never me, but I was the kind of person that if you disrespected me in any kind of way, if I saw you, I was either going to, I was going to say something, and then whatever would have happened, whatever. Okay. So that was the old B. Or, so either it would have been that way, or it would have been like, I would just stop talking to you, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more friends, right? No more, like, if you cross, see that old saying, if you cross me, you lost me. That was me. Like that was me to the 100th degree. If you did something to me where you crossed me, quote unquote, in any way, that was it. Like there was no bed, I'm sorry. There was no apology. There was no like, yo, bro, my bad. I don't want to hear it. You said this and didn't do this. I'm done. Like, so no more friends, no more anything. So either I would have addressed you and then whatever would have happened, or I would have been like, that was it. You can't talk to me anymore, like ever in life. So that's what I mean by a little crazy in the mind. Like the slightest thing that I felt like was disrespect, you was cut off. You was done. So now that was the old B. That was the old B, y'all. That was the one that was going through it, right? So anyway, a guy was supposed to be on my podcast today. Like I said, text him, called him. He said he was going to come on and be on the show. No response. Still haven't heard from him. Still haven't heard from him at all, right? Now, so that was the old me, right? But let me tell you the power, right? Let me tell you the power of the new me, right? Let me tell you the power of the new me. Let me tell you the power of an open mind. My goodness. Open vision, closed mind. Let me tell you the power of the open mind. You see, the old me mind was closed. Come on. That's the first thing I want you to get. Please write that down if you need to, or save it in your memory bank. I don't know what you're going to do, but listen, the old you, right? The old you, the one who easily reacts, the one who responds in whatever kind of way negatively. That's somebody whose mind is closed. Man. Now, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? I mean that if somebody does something to you, you react one way. Your mind is closed to any other option or response, right? You don't have any other way or means or options to respond, but only the way that you know, the way that is comfortable to you. But listen, but that way is closed. So the old me, the closed mind me, was, if somebody does something that I deem disrespectful, right? You're either, right? I'ma see you when I see you, and come on, yes, Alexis, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, Alexis, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. But so the closed mind me was like, listen, if you cross me, you lost me, right? You cross me, you lost me. You either when I see you, I'm gonna address you, and then it's gonna be whatever, or I'm gonna stop talking to you, right? But I need you to understand that that's closed-mindedness, right? That's a closed mind. Why? Because it's only one way to react, one way to respond. Now let's transition. Now the new me, right? So, the guy was supposed to be on, called him, no response. Still haven't heard from him. Do you know immediately where my mind went to today, right? When I reached out to the guy this morning, when I tried to call him again, when I tried to confirm, right? No response. Let me tell you where my mind went to. The new me, my mind went to, oh my goodness, man, I hope he's okay. Oh my gosh. My mind automatically went to his well-being and welfare. Come on now. So listen. So my thinking and my mentality was, I haven't heard from this guy, right? I haven't heard nothing. I'm not sure what's wrong with them. I'm not sure. Is something wrong with them? Like, are you okay? Like, did something happen? Did something happen to you? Did you get into an accident? Did something happen? Did something happen to somebody in your family where you don't feel like talking? What? My mind went to every other option. I'm like, is he okay? Like, so it got to the point where you know what I mean? I was just like, yo, I'm hoping he calls me back. Not even to like apologize, not to say why. I don't care why. I just want to know that you good. Man. So do you see, right? Do you see the power over open mind? So because my mind went to his welfare, because my mind went to his well-being, because my mind wasn't stuck on how I feel, the way that I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You see the new you, right? The new you or the open mind you is always concerned about other people. Man, the closed minded you
is concerned about you. Well, this person didn't come through, right? So I feel this way and I'm going to react this way. These are my feelings. You can't do nothing about it. I'm going to cut you off. This is how I feel. Oh, it's I, huh? But the new you is like, I wonder if he's okay, if his family's okay. Don't get me started on here. This is the power of an open mind. Man. Woo! Open vision, closed mind. My goodness. So now listen, when you're dealing with and when you have a closed mind, it's something that I need you to understand, right? It's something that I need you to hone in on. It's something that I need you to understand about a closed mind. See, when you operating with a closed mind, right? That's self-centered thinking. It's very selfish, right? It's very self-centered. But then not only that, but when you have a closed mind, oh my goodness. But when you have a closed mind, all those feelings and all those emotions, there's no release. There's nowhere for them to go. So, oh my goodness, there's nowhere for them to go because your mind is closed. So when your mind is closed, you begin to harbor, oh my goodness, you begin to harbor feelings of anger. You harbor resentment. You harbor unforgiveness. Why? Because your mind ain't open. It's nowhere to release. There's nowhere for your feelings to go. Keep your mind open. Keep your mind open. Not only because it's unselfish and it shows maturity and it shows, oh my goodness, keep your mind open, right? Not only because it's unselfish and not only because it's mature, but for your own health. For your own health. You see, when there's nowhere for your feelings or your emotions to go, that it stays in and it poisons you. So then you wonder why you don't got no friends. You wondering why you cut off everybody. You wonder why you lonely. You wonder why you can't talk to nobody, because you didn't cut everybody off and you harbored everything in, and there was nowhere for your emotions to go. Man. Open vision, closed mind. My gosh, man. So listen, now let's, man. Come on. We there. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. So listen, now let's transition a little bit because I was also thinking of, oh my gosh, man. Because I was also thinking about this, right? The other day, maybe a few days ago, I was talking to my son, right? And my son is 16, and me and my 16-year-old was talking, and I began to reflect on a story when I was younger, and so I want to start off by shouting out a friend of mine, right? Mike probably has never tuned into the podcast, and you know, if he has, great. If not, that's fine too. But I want to shout out my brother Mike. You know what I'm saying? We've been friends for a while, been friends for a long time. Yes, I'm the new me. Yes. Aisha, thank you. Yes, the new you. Come on, and live in that, stay in that. You know what I mean? Because listen, live in that and stay in that, because it's always going to be, listen. It's always going to be, different traps. Oh man, pay attention to the traps though. You know what I'm saying? Alexis, Aisha, pay attention to the traps though, because it's always going to be a situation a circumstance, a person, right, or whatever that is going to try to trap you back into the old you. So you gotta beware of the traps that take you back to the old you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, keep your mind open so you can see the traps. You know what I'm saying? Life is full of traps, right? And listen. When you begin to operate in the new you with an open mind, with different ways and options of respondents, my God, man, different options and ways of respondents. Come on now. Man, that's powerful. So listen, when your mind is open, you now have options. My goodness. You see, you gotta always have options. When you have a closed mind, you limit your options, right? So you limit the way you respond. You limit when you respond. You limit how you respond. But an open mind gives you options to respond. Oh man. But it's always gonna be traps and people and situations that will try to suck you back in to the old way of responding. My God. So pay attention to the traps. Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind open. Your mind's eye, keep your mind open to the traps that take you back to limited options. My gosh. Whoa. But so anyway, Mike. So me and my friend Mike been friends for a while. We don't talk all the time, right? We don't talk all the time, but you know, we still friends. Everything's still good. But anyway, so I was talking to my son, and I was telling a story about me and Mike when we were younger. So the story I was telling was how when I was young, right? Like looking back in hindsight, right? They say hindsight is 20/20. So it's like now that I'm the new me, right? Now that I'm the open-minded me, I'm able to reflect and look back on you know the years, right? Reflect and look back on when I was young, when I was closed-minded, right? And so I was telling my son about a closed-minded situation. And so anyway, me and my brother Mike, we was together, right? We was chilling, and he said, he was like, "Yo, Ben," he said, what do you want to do in life, man? You know what I mean? Like, what have you always wanted to do, or what you want to do in life? You know what I mean? Now, mind you, y'all, we like, at this time, we like 21, I think like 21, 22, something like that. And so now me and my brother Mike, we used to rap. You know what I mean? Like music was our thing. Rapping was our thing. We rapped together back in the day. Boom, boom, boom. So we like 21, 22, and we like, you know, doing our rap thing at the time. But, you know, but it's seeming like the rap thing ain't really working out, right? So we rapping doing our thing, 21, 22, but it like, you know, we just local with it. We just local, you know, doing our thing, but it's seeming like ain't nothing gonna happen. So he like, Ben, what you want to do? And so I said, well, listen, man. I said, when I was young, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. But I said, when I was younger, I said, I did always, you know, I was good in sports, and I did always dream of playing sports and playing professionally, right? So he said, well, you know what? He said, that's something you can still do. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? He said, that's something you can still do. Like, what, you gave up on it? I'm like, bro, I'm 21. Like, I'm 21. No, like, I didn't go to a high school that was crazy about ball, no scholarships, didn't go to college. So I'm like, you know what I mean? So when he said you can still do that, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm 21, 22. That's over. Like, that's over. I'm like, I'm 21. I'm out of shape. I'm fat now. You know what I'm saying? No scholarships. I didn't go to college. What are you talking about? That's something that's still attainable. I said, You know what I mean? So when he said it, I'm like, bro, I'm like, yo, what's this? Yo, I'm like, what are you talking about? Basically, right? So he's like, you know what I mean? But then, so when I'm reflecting on this conversation, right? When I'm reflecting on this, I'm like, I look back at the way that I responded. So the way that I responded, I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Now, mind you, now listen to this, right? Now, this is kind of getting over to the open vision part. Now, when I was young, I had vision, right? I had a vision that I was going to be like doing great things in life, right? You know what I mean? I seen this when I was young, right? I seen this when I was young, way younger than 21. But then once I got to 21, I'm like, okay, my vision for like playing professionally or playing in the league, I said that vision is over. So whatever was going to happen with that was over, right? So that vision didn't materialize. Okay. So, but so I had a vision when I was young, of playing professionally, right? Or just doing big things, okay? But then listen to this. But I had a closed mind about it, right? So I had vision, but I had a closed mind, meaning that I only, for me to reach this level, for me to reach this greatness, for me to play in the league, right? For me to do that, it's going to happen this way, right? This is the only way that's going to happen. How? So what way was that? Okay, well, if I went to Chester High, right? Because basketball. So listen, if I don't go to Chester High, if I don't dominate, if I don't get a scholarship, then it ain't gonna happen. It's over, right? So listen. I had vision, but I had a closed mind because I only seen one way to do it. You know what I mean? So my mind was closed. Listen, when you only see one way to do things, you have a closed mind. You know what I mean? Because you don't see any other ways to attain your dream. You don't see any other ways to attain your greatness. You don't see any other way. You have a one-track mind. Don't have a one-track mind. Don't have a limited mindset. You see, what I'm trying to get you to realize is that a limited mindset or a one-track mind is a closed mind. A limited mind or a one-track mind is therefore a closed mind, right? So listen, I have vision, one-track mind. So listen, when I was considering this, the way that I responded to my friend was a one-track mind. Now check this out. Later on, or like now when I look back on that, I was like, man, okay, maybe the traditional, oh my goodness, listen, don't let that word sink in. Let it sink in. Traditional. Oh my gosh. Let that word sink in. Don't forget this word, y'all. Traditional. Oh my goodness. So listen, somebody that has a one-track mind, somebody that has a closed mind, always does stuff the traditional way. Oh man, but listen, anybody who reaches greatness never does it traditionally. They never do it the way somebody else do it. Oh man. Why why do you want to go the traditional route? Why you want to do it like how they did it? Why you want to do it how your mom did it? Why you want to do it like your friend did it? Stop being traditional and be unique to your own self. But the only way you can be unique is with an open mind. Listen, a lot of people are slaves to tradition. If you don't respond the traditional way, you see, normally, culturally, or traditionally, right? If somebody disrespects you or wrongs you in any way, right? The traditional, the normal, or the cultural way to respond is, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna cut you off. But that's tradition. That ain't unique. That's the way everybody responds. How about for one time in your life, you be different and you open up your mentality and you open up your mindset and stop responding the way that he responded, and stop responding the way that she responded, and stop responding the way that you've been told to respond. Listen, I'm glad I don't do nothing traditional no more. Everything about me is unique. I was born different. I was born ready. I was born unique. You see, so listen, what I need you to get, what I need you to understand very quickly, because my time is almost short. Somebody say my time is short. I say it myself. My time is short. So listen, so what I need you to get is that, listen, you was born unique. You were born authentic. You was born untraditional. But then somewhere down the line, right, at some point in your life, you begin to operate and you begin to respond and you begin to react traditional, just like everybody else. But I got a word for you today. If you are closed-minded and you are limited in your thinking and limited in your response, you are under the bondage of being traditional. My gosh. But listen, oh my goodness. I thought because my dreams didn't happen traditionally, because I didn't go to a high school that centered on basketball, because I didn't get a scholarship, because I didn't go this way, that my dreams didn't happen. But I want to say something to you right now. I want to say something to you right now. Listen, my dreams of the NBA, my dreams of the NFL are no more. And that's okay. That's okay. Listen, I'm 37 years old. There ain't no NBA for me. I'm 37 years old. There ain't no NFL for me. And that's okay. But I got a word for you. What I'm doing now, me on here, speaking to you, me on here, sharing this knowledge, me on here, sharing my life, me on here, sharing these truths. It's my dream fulfilled. This is my NBA. This is my NFL. No, I ain't famous, and that's okay. No, I'm not up here, and that's okay. But I want to tell you something. You see, I'm living my dream. I'm in my NBA. Not the NBA, but my NBA. I'm doing what fulfills me. I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I'm passionate about. And that's communicating. That's communicating the mature you. That's who I am. And that's what I do. I'm in my NBA. Don't get me started. This is my dream fulfilled. You can't draft me now. I'm drafted already. Oh my gosh. You can't pick me. You can't draft me. There is no amount of money. There is no amount of money you can give me. There is no contract you can offer me. There is no guarantee you can give me for me to come and do anything that doesn't fulfill me. There is no amount of salary you can guarantee. You see, some people are still under the bondage of tradition, right? They work for a salary. Now they do everything because they're just like everybody else. But I want to tell you something. God gives open vision to closed-minded people. Now, why does he give open vision? Now, when I say open, I'm talking about broad. I'm talking about options. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about something that's bigger than you. Why does God always gives open vision to closed-minded people? Just to show you that he don't do anything just traditional way. This is going to be supernatural. Open up your mind. Open up your mind. Live in the new. And keep the faith that you are unique. Nothing about you is traditional. Keep my options open. Oh, this is powerful. I'm Born Leader. This is Holds the Whole podcast. This is unique. This is different. This is new. This is restoration. This is untraditional. This is untraditional. Listen. I'm gonna end with this. I'm gonna close with this. Let me tell you something about me. I don't do anything traditional. I don't speak traditionally. This podcast is not traditionally. So if you want to hear something traditional, this podcast ain't for you. If you want to tune in to somebody who is comfortable to you, well, this podcast is uncomfortable. And if I make you uncomfortable, well, then let it be. I'm not traditional. I was born unique and I live uniquely. And this podcast is unique. My goodness. So once again, this is Born Leader, untraditional, unique, and alive and free in my own way and who I am. The Lord bless you and keep you and prosper you. Until next time, Holds the Whole, Chester City. You know exactly what it is.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems. So dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams.